Hey friends, welcome back. It's Anna, and today's Vlogtober, can't remember what number it is, but today it's going to be talking about, I guess, what to do when you just don't feel like finishing the journal. This question actually came up a few videos ago. Somebody had asked me what to do or what I suggest doing if you're just not feeling the journal. And I suppose that that's just part of, like, maybe you just didn't jive with it, there's no bond with it, something just switches in your mind and you're just all of a sudden feeling something completely different. And honestly, I have never felt this way until this moment. Usually I'm able to power through it. Usually I will get a few seconds of, like, you know what, I'm, anxious to finish this journal, or I'm excited to finish the journal so I can move on. But it's usually not a disconnection sort of feeling, if that makes sense. But I was feeling it very much with the Hobonichi. This is journal number 99, and I can tell you, in all honesty, this has nothing to do with my anticipation to journal number 100. It's just that, I had thought I was going to enjoy full-time journaling in a Hobonichi a lot more just because of the paper quality. It's Tomoe River paper. I like the size. It kind of fits into the hand nicely. As you can see, it's bulking up pretty well from, like, die cuts and washi and stickers and collaging. So for the most part, I've gotten pretty far. I mean, this is where I've stopped right here. So I've got this much left that I could still use for journaling, but there's something about it where I am just I'm not enjoying it anymore. And I feel like that is a time for change if you're not enjoying the journal. And I guess to answer that person's question, I think I did actually answer them. But in case you are running into this sort of feeling, it's okay. Really, it's your decision to end the journal and move on. I mean, it's your journal. You can do what you want, and if your mind has suddenly decided we're done with this journal, then you can put it away and move on and find a journal that inspires you, because the last thing you want to do is get stuck in a notebook that you just don't enjoy using. It's one of those things where you want to avoid having to kind of almost force yourself to journal just because you started it and you feel like you're giving up on it or something. No, don't feel any guilt at all. I say move on, because you want to work in a notebook. You want to work in any sort of journal that you want to willingly journal in, that you're excited to use, that you want to go to write down all your thoughts and your art and all of that. And who knows, maybe you could always go back to that older journal. It could just be one of those switches in your head where you're just not feeling it. It's just part of your mood right now. It's just time for change. You can always go back and fill it back in with other things when you're feeling it. But I really tried, and I think I was like this much way through when I just did not enjoy it. I don't know if it has something to do with maybe the way it's formatted. Like, the grid paper is a little too small. I tend to write, I don't write with a fine point, so that kind of, I ended up having to skip every other line in order to journal. The calendar information and all of that, like all those useless quotes, really just kind of got in the way. And, that's cool if people use the Hobonichi and it's their way to journal. It's not for me. So I thought I was going to enjoy using it a lot more, and I'm getting to the point where I just don't want to look at it anymore. And so I even tried switching pens. I was using my Lamy with the Noodler's Bulletproof Black ink. And then I tried switching it up and I was using this one, which has kind of got this like pearlescent metallic-y purple, and I'm just not feeling it. So I think it's time to move on. I think I've done pretty well. I've filled most of it out anyway. And you know what? It's my journal. I can do what I want with it. I'm just going to move on. And slight disappointment that I didn't get to get through it. But, you know, that's journaling. You kind of have to go with the flow and move on. And so now we're heading into journal number 100. This is Handbook for the Recently Deceased. I love it. If you've watched Beetlejuice, that's what it's from. It's a really thick journal. My husband gave it to me as a gift earlier this year. He gave it to me before I had like announced that I was doing like a stationary minimalism thing where I was going to use up everything that I had. But and the nice thing about this is, for the most part, it lays pretty flat. The pages are kind of like sketchbook paper, so there is some sort of like nice texture to it. It's not super smooth. So I'm excited to kind of start testing out pens. I love that it's blank paper, which gives me a lot more freedom. I think that was something that bothered me about the Hobonichi, was because it had the tiny grid paper. And so this is going to be my new journal setup, just in time for Halloween. So I'm super excited. And I just wanted to kind of give you guys that update as part of today's Vlogtober, just because, you know, journaling it's a process. It's very much a journey, and if you're not feeling it, go ahead, choose one that inspires you, that motivates you, that appeals to your senses. You know, does it visually look cool? Does it feel good in your hands? Does it feel good to write on with your favorite pen? And I hope that kind of helps you if you're finding yourself in a journaling rut with your current notebook, and maybe it's just time for a little change. So I just wanted to hop on here and share with you guys that little tidbit. I hope you're doing well, and I will see you in the next Vlogtober video. Bye!